Oh my gosh, the cinnamon sugar on these apples is perfect. Seriously guys, this is the best snack ever. You have to make them.
What if one of the healthiest foods in your kitchen isn't the fruit itself, but the part you've been throwing away your entire life? Every day, millions of people carefully peel a fruit, enjoy the sweet flesh inside, and toss the outer layer straight into the trash without a second thought. It seems normal. It seems harmless. But what if that habit is causing you to miss out on some of the most powerful nutrients nature packed into that fruit? Scientists have spent years studying fruits from around the world.
And again, they keep discovering something surprising. In many cases, the peel contains significantly higher concentrations of antioxidants, fiber, plant compounds, and protective nutrients than the fruit's flesh itself. Yet most people never eat it. Today, we're exploring one fruit whose skin may be the real nutritional superstar. A part so overlooked, so underestimated, that many nutrition experts consider it one of the biggest wasted health opportunities in the modern diet. And by the end of this video, you may never look at this fruit the same way again. The fruit we're talking about today is the apple. Simple, ordinary, familiar.
Apples have been sitting in lunchboxes, kitchens, grocery stores, and family tables for generations. Most people think they already know everything there is to know about apples. After all, how complicated can an apple be? But here's the surprising truth. When researchers analyze the nutritional composition of apples, they repeatedly find that many of the most beneficial compounds are concentrated in the skin. That's right, the peel. The thin outer layer many people remove before eating. In fact, some studies suggest that peeling an apple can significantly reduce its fiber content and remove a large portion of its antioxidant power. And that's where today's story begins.
Not with a rare superfood from a distant jungle. Not with an expensive supplement. Not with a miracle cure. But with a common fruit that may be hiding extraordinary nutritional value in plain sight. And what makes this even more fascinating is that people have been consuming apples for thousands of years, long before laboratories existed. So how did ancient civilizations view this fruit? And why are modern scientists becoming increasingly interested in the compounds found inside its skin? Let's travel back in time.
The story of apples stretches back thousands of years, long before supermarkets, long before nutrition labels, long before anyone knew what antioxidants were. Wild apples are believed to have originated in Central Asia. From there, they traveled across continents through trade routes, migrations, and exploration. Over time, apples became deeply woven into human culture. Ancient civilizations valued them, farmers cultivated them, stories were written about them, legends were built around them. In Europe, apples became symbols of abundance. In many cultures, they represented vitality, health, and prosperity. Perhaps most interestingly,
People historically consumed apples much differently than many people do today. The fruit was often eaten whole, skin included. Nothing was wasted. And while ancient people couldn't explain nutrients scientifically, they often observed health effects through generations of experience. Fast forward to modern times. Scientists began examining apples under powerful microscopes. They wanted to know exactly what made this fruit so beneficial. What they found was unexpected. The apple peel wasn't merely protective packaging. It was loaded with biologically active compounds. Compounds that plants naturally produce to defend themselves from environmental stress. And those same compounds may help protect the human body alayhis salam well. But exactly what are these compounds doing inside us? The answer may surprise you. Because the first major benefit begins with one of the most important organs in your entire body, your heart. Imagine your heart beating over 100,000 times every single day, without rest, without vacation, without a break, for decades. Your heart works harder than almost any machine you'll ever own. And because of that, protecting it becomes one of the most important investments you can make. Here's where apple peel becomes incredibly interesting. The peel contains dietary fiber and plant compounds called flavonoids. These compounds have been studied for their potential role in supporting cardiovascular health. Think of them as part of your body's maintenance crew. They help support healthy circulation and assist the body in managing oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is something many Americans deal with daily. Poor sleep, processed foods, chronic stress, environmental pollutants, all of these can increase the burden on the body. Over time, that burden may affect heart health. The compounds found in apple skin help the body defend itself against some of those challenges. And here's the fascinating part.
Researchers have found that much of the flavonoid content of an apple is located in the peel, not the flesh, the peel, which means every time that outer layer gets discarded, some of the fruit's most valuable compounds may be disappearing with it. And if that's what apple peel can do for your heart, wait until you hear what it may be doing for your brain.
Most people think about aging when they notice wrinkles. But many scientists believe one of the most important parts of aging happens somewhere we can't see, inside the brain. Memory, focus, mental sharpness, the ability to stay independent, the ability to enjoy life. These are things nearly everyone hopes to preserve. And this is where apple peel becomes even more intriguing. The peel contains powerful plant compounds that researchers continue studying for their potential role in protecting cells from oxidative damage. Think about what happens to a sliced apple left on the counter. Eventually, it turns brown. That process is oxidation.
A similar process can occur inside the body over time. While aging is natural and unavoidable, scientists believe reducing unnecessary oxidative stress may support healthier aging. The antioxidants found in apple peel may help support that process. And perhaps that's one reason why apples have maintained their reputation as a health-promoting food for centuries. But the story doesn't stop there, because one of the most dramatic benefits of apple peel isn't found in the heart or the brain. It's found in a place most people rarely think about: the gut.
And what happens there may influence almost every aspect of your health. If there's one area of health that scientists have become increasingly fascinated by over the last decade, it's the gut. For years, people thought digestion was simply about breaking down food. But today, researchers know the gut is connected to far more than that. Your immune system, your energy levels, your mood, even your brain. Many experts now refer to the gut as the body's second brain. And what feeds that internal ecosystem? Fiber. This is where apple peel quietly shines. Much of an apple's fiber is concentrated in its skin. Fiber acts like nourishment for beneficial gut bacteria.
Think of these microbes, alayhi salam, tiny workers inside your digestive system. When they're thriving, your body tends to function more efficiently. When they're struggling, many aspects of health can begin to suffer. Unfortunately, modern diets often fall short in fiber. Processed foods dominate grocery carts. Fast meals replace home-cooked dishes. Convenience often wins over nutrition. As a result, many people consume far less fiber than recommended. Now imagine this. 2 people eat an apple. One peels it, the other eats it whole. The difference may seem tiny, but over months and years, those small nutritional advantages can quietly add up.
And perhaps that's one of the biggest lessons in nutrition. Health isn't built by one giant decision. It's built by thousands of small decisions repeated consistently. But digestion isn't the only thing affected by fiber. Because one of the most impressive benefits of apple peel involves something millions of Americans struggle with every single day: blood sugar balance.
Energy crashes, mid-afternoon fatigue, constant cravings, the feeling that you're hungry again shortly after eating. Sound familiar? Many people experience these challenges regularly. And while countless factors contribute to blood sugar fluctuations, Fiber plays an important role. When you eat foods containing fiber, digestion tends to occur more gradually. This can help create a steadier release of energy. Apple peel contributes additional fiber compared to a peeled apple, and that extra fiber may help support a more balanced eating experience. Instead of a quick spike followed by a crash, the body receives a more measured flow of nutrients. Now, let's be clear.
No single food is a magic solution. But building meals around fiber-rich whole foods is one strategy many nutrition professionals recommend. Interestingly, this may explain why whole fruits often behave differently in the body than highly processed fruit products. Nature packages nutrients together: fiber, water, plant compounds, micronutrients. They work as a team. And when we remove parts of that package, we sometimes lose part of the benefit. But perhaps one of the reasons people are so interested in apple peel today has less to do with blood sugar, and more to do with something nearly everyone wants:
Maintaining a healthy weight. Let's talk about something many people rarely hear. Successful weight management isn't always about eating less. Often, it's about feeling satisfied. Because hunger has a way of defeating even the strongest intentions. You can have incredible motivation on Monday morning, but if you're constantly hungry, willpower eventually gets exhausted. That's where fiber-rich foods can become powerful allies. Fiber helps create fullness, it adds volume, it slows digestion, and it may help people feel satisfied for longer periods. Apple peel contributes to that effect, not dramatically overnight, but subtly, consistently.
And that's often how meaningful health improvements occur. Small advantages repeated daily. Many nutrition experts encourage people to choose foods that provide more nutrition per calorie. Apple peel fits nicely into that philosophy. You're not adding extra calories, you're simply keeping the nutrients nature already included. And here's something fascinating. When researchers examine populations known for longevity, they often find a common pattern. They tend to eat more minimally processed foods, foods closer to their natural form, foods that haven't been stripped down. In other words, they often consume the whole package. And speaking of longevity,
The next benefit may be the reason apple peel is gaining attention among anti-aging enthusiasts.
Everyone ages. No supplement can stop it. No food can reverse time. But scientists are deeply interested in one question: can lifestyle choices help us age more gracefully? One area of research focuses on antioxidants. These compounds help neutralize unstable molecules, often called free radicals. Think of free radicals as tiny sparks. A few aren't necessarily a problem, but too many sparks over time may contribute to wear and tear inside the body. Apple peel contains a remarkable collection of antioxidants. In fact, much of the antioxidant activity of an apple comes from compounds concentrated in the skin.
that's one reason nutrition experts often recommend eating apples unpeeled whenever possible. Not because the flesh isn't healthy, it absolutely is, but because the peel contributes additional layers of nutritional protection. And here's what makes this so powerful. You don't need exotic ingredients. You don't need expensive powders. You don't need complicated routines. Sometimes longevity habits begin with simple choices, simple foods, simple consistency, simple awareness. But the benefits don't end there, because many people notice something unexpected when they consistently prioritize nutrient-rich foods.
Their energy changes. How many people start their day already feeling tired? For millions, fatigue has become normal. Coffee becomes essential. Energy drinks become routine. The afternoon slump becomes expected. But true energy isn't just stimulation. Real energy comes from supporting the body's systems: hydration, nutrition, sleep, movement. Apple peel contributes fiber and plant nutrients that complement the natural carbohydrates found inside the fruit.
This combination helps create a more balanced source of fuel compared to many ultra-processed snacks. Instead of delivering intense stimulation, it supports steady nourishment.
And sometimes that's exactly what the body needs. Not more excitement, not more caffeine, just better fuel. But perhaps one of the most visible effects of nutrition shows up somewhere else entirely, somewhere everyone notices: your skin.
Skin tells stories. It reflects sleep, stress, hydration, sun exposure, and often nutrition. While no food can guarantee perfect skin, nutrient-rich foods provide the building blocks your body needs to maintain healthy tissues. Apple peel contains antioxidants that may help support the body's natural defense systems against environmental stressors. Think about everything your skin faces daily: sunlight, pollution, temperature changes, stress hormones. The skin works hard. Providing the body with protective nutrients can help support overall skin health over time. And here's a refreshing truth: many people spend hundreds of dollars on products applied from the outside,
Yet often overlook nutrition that works from the inside. Healthy skin doesn't begin in a bottle. It begins with habits. And sometimes those habits are as simple as eating the whole apple instead of throwing part of it away. But we're only halfway through the story, because next we're going to explore one of the most surprising connections of all: how apple peel may influence your immune system, sleep quality, and overall resilience, and why one simple mistake could be preventing you from getting the full benefit. Let's talk about something most people only think about when they get sick: the immune system.
Every single day, your immune system is working behind the scenes, quietly, constantly, protecting you from countless challenges you never even notice. It's one of the most remarkable systems in the human body. But here's something many people don't realize. Your immune system isn't built overnight. It's influenced by daily habits: sleep, exercise, stress management, and nutrition. Apple peel contains antioxidants and plant compounds that help support the body's natural defense mechanisms. Remember those beneficial gut bacteria we discussed earlier? A significant portion of the immune system is closely connected to gut health.
That's another reason fiber-rich foods matter so much. Healthy digestion and immune function are more connected than many people realize. And while eating apple peel won't make you invincible, it can be one small piece of a larger, healthy lifestyle puzzle. Because health isn't usually one big thing, it's many little things working together. And speaking of things working together, there's another surprising benefit that often gets overlooked: sleep. Most people think of sleep as something that begins at bedtime, but in reality, sleep often begins much earlier. The choices you make throughout the day influence how well you rest at night. Highly processed foods,
Large sugar spikes, late-night overeating, all can affect sleep quality. Whole foods rich in fiber tend to support more balanced eating patterns, and balanced eating patterns often support overall wellness, including sleep. Many people report feeling better when their diets become more centered around natural, minimally processed foods. Not because one food is magical, but because the body tends to function better when given consistent nourishment. And perhaps that's one of the biggest lessons hidden inside something as simple as an apple. Nature often works quietly, not dramatically, not instantly, but steadily, over time.
When most people think about longevity, they think about living longer. But increasingly, experts are focusing on something even more important: health span. Not just the number of years you live, but the quality of those years. Can you stay active, independent, energetic, mentally sharp, able to enjoy time with family? Many of the world's longest living populations share surprisingly similar dietary habits. They emphasize whole foods, plants, fiber, variety, simplicity. The apple, and particularly its peel, fits naturally into that philosophy. It's affordable, accessible, easy to include in daily life, and unlike many health trends, it's been trusted for generations.
Which raises an important question. If apple peel contains so much value, why are so many people still throwing it away? The answer often comes down to myths, and some of those myths deserve a closer look. Myth number 1. The peel doesn't contain anything important. Alayhi salam, we've seen throughout this video, that's simply not true. Many beneficial nutrients and plant compounds are concentrated in the skin. Myth number 2. Peeling makes apples healthier. Not necessarily. Unless there is a specific personal reason or medical recommendation, removing the peel often means removing valuable fiber and antioxidants.
Myth number 3. All apples are nutritionally identical. Different varieties contain different levels of nutrients and plant compounds. Color, variety, growing conditions, and freshness can all play a role. Now, let's discuss the biggest mistake people make: not washing apples properly. Before eating apple peel, it's important to wash apples thoroughly under running water. Many people also choose organic apples when possible, though thoroughly washing conventional apples is still a smart practice. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is making informed choices. Because small improvements repeated daily can create meaningful results. And now,
let's look at a few real-life examples that illustrate this principle beautifully.
Meet Sarah, a busy 42-year-old professional. Like many people, she often grabbed processed snacks during the day. Eventually, she made a simple change. She started carrying whole apples as a daily snack. Not peeled, not juiced, just whole apples. Over time, she found herself feeling fuller between meals and relying less on vending machine snacks. Then there's Michael, a 58-year-old who wanted to improve his overall nutrition without following complicated diets. Instead of chasing every new health trend, he focused on simple habits. One of those habits was adding more whole fruits, including apples with the skin, to his daily routine. He appreciated the simplicity.
No expensive supplements. No extreme rules. Just consistency. And finally, Linda, a grandmother in her 60s who wanted to stay active and energetic for her grandchildren. She began paying closer attention to fiber-rich foods and whole food nutrition. Nothing dramatic happened overnight, but over months, those small choices became part of a healthier lifestyle. Different people, different goals, one common lesson. Small habits matter, and often the simplest habits are the ones that last. If you'd like to get the most from apples, here are a few practical tips. Number 1. Whenever appropriate, eat the apple with the peel.
That's where much of the fiber and many beneficial plant compounds are located. Number 2. Wash apples thoroughly before eating. Number 3. Pair apples with protein-rich foods. Try apple and Greek yogurt, apple and nuts, apple and natural peanut butter. These combinations may help increase satisfaction and support balanced energy. Number 4. Choose whole apples more often than juice. Whole fruits provide fiber that juice typically lacks. And number 5. Think long-term. Health isn't built in a day. It's built in daily choices. Sometimes the most powerful health lessons aren't hidden in rare ingredients. They aren't locked behind expensive memberships.
They aren't found in complicated wellness trends. Sometimes, they've been sitting quietly in your kitchen all along. The apple peel is a reminder of something bigger. Nature often provides more than we realize, but only if we're willing to look closely. The truth is, your future health won't be determined by one meal. one workout, or one perfect decision. It will be shaped by thousands of small choices made consistently over time. The choice to nourish your body. The choice to respect your health. The choice to invest in the years you haven't lived yet. So the next time you pick up an apple, pause for a moment. Look at that thin outer layer you've probably ignored for years. Because what appears ordinary may actually be one of the most valuable parts. And sometimes, the things we throw away are the very things we need most. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who always peels their apples. Because a simple piece of knowledge today might become a healthier future tomorrow, and that's a gift worth sharing.